Hello, I'm Dan Kaufman with Sports Business Journal. This is your SBJ Executive Insight with Wolfcycle. I'm joined by Ryan Miller, CEO and co-founder of Wolfcycle, and Kim Rometo. She is the Chief Technology and Innovations Officer at the Atlanta Hawks. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you.
Ryan, I'll start with you. You founded Wolfcycle, but before you were founding Wolfcycle, you were on the team side. And on the team side, you saw some operational inefficiencies, some things that you thought could be improved. Talk to us about what you saw.
Yeah, it's really interesting to kind of take a look at where it was when I was back on the team side and what we identified as kind of that operational issue that I think most teams face is one, just a lack of the scalability of your team to reach and hit the data that you need to execute and kind of bring in those sales. So we just didn't have the capacity to optimize the leads and the data that we had in-house.
When did you realize that those challenges, those inefficiencies were actually affecting revenue?
When we actually implemented this type of technology,
Okay.
it was shocking in regards to uh, life before and then life after. And it just opened up so many doors on what we were able to do and who we were able to reach out to. It really changed how we operated, but it needed to be executed in the right ways where we really looked at starting the company as this technology is fantastic. It's really powerful, but if it's not implemented in the correct way, then it can be a waste. So that was that was what we noticed right away.
You said this technology. Let's talk about that. So what is the technology? Tell us what Wolfcycle does.
Yeah, Wolfcycle provides an automated conversational AI software that'll allow virtual assistants to warm up leads and drive conversations to your sales team. And that could be on service, sales, premium seating, corporate partnerships. But really, what it's doing, it's cutting down the amount of time it takes to warm leads and get good conversations over to the sales team.
Kim, from your perspective, as you see more organizations investing in technology like this, what is it solving? But also, what are still the gaps that you hope that a technology could solve?
Yeah. So I think there's a strategic differentiation in what Wolfcycle offers versus what's on the market today. And one of those is really the consultative approach that Wolfcycle takes in helping us create the campaigns and who we should target and what the agents should be doing. That's not readily available. In a lot of cases, you're just buying the tech and good luck, God bless. In this case, they work hand in hand in a true partnership manner to say, hey, these are the things we should be focused on, and these are the leads you want to warm up and go after. I think the other important part and what we love is the calendar integration that exists within Wolfcycle. So once a lead is sufficiently warmed up, the calendar meeting is automatically created for our human to then get to the lead when they are most warm, most primed, most ready to close. So we don't spend a ton of time in that sales cycle. We've shortened it dramatically because of the virtual agents.
Kim, talk us through the process of deciding to use Wolfcycle and then implementing it. What was that like?
Our sales team was very excited when they first discovered Wolfcycle, and as a tech leader, I was a little apprehensive because there's a lot of technology that gets brought to my doorstep that maybe doesn't pass the test of our cybersecurity policies and others. Wolfcycle was great. We did a full cybersecurity view. In fact, asked for some changes, which they were able to do for us, and then it fully integrated into our CRM instance. So there's full visibility across CRM. We don't have swivel chair. We have to go look at other platforms for our sellers to understand how the campaign is doing or how the information is being brought into CRM, and then the integration for our sellers into their calendars as well to do that calendar booking and management. So just an integrated technology that is secure was hugely important for me as we look through implementation.
Yeah, and it's our job to fit into their sales flow. So we don't want our partners to adjust to us. We want to adjust to them and make this as seamless as possible. From anyone from that entry level salesperson all the way up to the head of technology, we got to be able to flow within their operations.
Ryan, I've heard you say that having a technology isn't the same as having a revenue engine. Tell us what you mean by that.
Yeah, a revenue engine is a true strategy that goes in behind having the type of technology. It's one thing to have the ability to do it, but to optimize it and execute effectively, I think is a completely different thing. What we noticed internally was um, this tool can really help, but it takes years of development to really find your niche and really find where you can really optimize. And that's what we want to try to provide to our partners is that insider insight and best practices from around multiple leagues and teams. Something's hot right now, something's working. Try this. Let's execute on it and let's see some results.
Have you seen that, Kim, in using Wolfcycle, the revenue optimization as opposed to a technology that maybe just doesn't yet drive that revenue, but is there and you're not sure how it's going to get to revenue?
Oh, absolutely. We have more leads than we could ever process with humans, and so the opportunities that are created to have that revenue optimization and to go after the right leads at the right time, like, because let's face it, our business are very cyclical, so you have to have dedicated campaigns for the right time in the season to target those folks, and we've seen, I think we've got 6 virtual agents now at this point, that they're focused on those activities, which is just fantastic, so that speed to lead is just closed dramatically.
What, in your mind, this is for both of you, what separates an organization that maybe is not operating efficiently to one that is operating efficiently, maximizing revenue opportunities? What separates it beyond just, oh, we use Wolfcycle, but what do you see in the marketplace?
Well, I'll start. It is strategy. I
Mhm.
think a lot of people are just throwing tech and taking an approach of let's see what sticks, let's see what works. And if you go at it in that way, you're wasting time, you're spinning your wheels, and you may have incremental success, but you're not having sustained success over seasons. And that's what we've seen using Wolf Cycle. We've now been with them for several seasons, and we are seeing that sustained success. The agents don't get fatigued, they don't get tired. So we have a great strategy that's then paired with the horsepower behind it to actually get those leads converted into sales and to get more Hawks fans in the building.
And I'll tell you what helps is have great partners to work with. The Atlanta Hawks are one of the most innovative teams that have provided so many great ideas to us to be able to take that across the industry. But some of the most innovative campaigns that the Hawks do, we talk about all the time because they are just uh, super dedicated into providing the best experience for their fans and do a fantastic job of implementing the technology in the right way.
We're very fortunate too. We've created a culture where it's okay to test and learn. It's okay to fail. And so we've had a few things that didn't work, and that was great. And we would have a download with Wolf Cycle of, hey, we didn't see this work the way we want it. What can we pivot? What can we learn? And then we try something else, and then that is successful. So I think having that ability to know that you have to have almost an A/B style as well. So you work with a strategic partner, you have that style, and then you go out and you really see what's working, and you talk about that measurement after the fact, and you will see results.
Um, I'm going to give you a two-part question for both of you guys. And this one is really kind of thinking forward maybe a few years. Where do you still see that organizations need to evolve? But also what excites you about where the industry is headed? I'll start with Kim.
Okay, where do organizations need to evolve? I think in my mind, we're moving away from generalists in sports. So we've had generalists in sports for a long time, and now getting to these great ideas instead of all being top of funnel awareness, you really have to think strategically about performance marketing. Where's an agent appropriate? Where's a human appropriate? Where's out of home appropriate? And so getting those specialists into your environment and having them work side by side to craft campaigns and to think about how we should be going to market and what personas we should be focusing on. I see that that's where I think sports is starting to transition and will transition even more.
Okay, great. And what are you excited about for the sports industry over the next 3 years? Is it the same answer?
Um, there's a lot that I'm excited about. Like, let's face it, this is a great time to be in our industry. I think what it is that there is a lot of noise in the industry right now. There's a lot of AI. There's a lot of things going on. What I'm excited about is that maturation cycle that will take us from just POCs and pilots to a real productized approach. I see us starting to get there and looking to partners to say, okay, how did you do this? What did you do? And then how can we mirror that in other areas of our business? And that's what's really exciting to me. And I think we'll see that maturity curve across the industry just accelerate.
Yeah, I would to piggyback on that, it's just highly targeted, highly specialized, um, less generalized approach. I think having the creativity and flexibility to be able to execute the way the team sees fit and take every piece of data that comes in and it has its own roadmap. So everything that is running through the system is flowing in the right path to provide the best results. So I think Kim hit it perfect.
Ryan, Kim, thank you so much for your time. This has been your SBJ Executive Insight with Wolfcycle. I'm Dan Kaufman.